we have another VoD review. This one was sent in by a player named Adonix, and he's playing Ana. He's quite a few questions, and we will take them kind of in order. So the first one he asks is positioning. Where should he be on Ana? He kind of is torn between being far away for the scope and close up to be with his team, you know, and feeling all safe. And definitely close up is better most of the time. Ana is a very, very strong close range hero. Just because she has the scope doesn't mean you should always use it. You should be using the scope when you happen to find yourself in a position to need it. You shouldn't be purposefully positioning yourself to use the scope. That's not how it is designed. So all in all, Adonix is pretty well positioned right now. This is okay, quite decent, but there is a huge thing that I want to point out, and this is something apparently a lot of Anas do. I wasn't aware of this, but pay attention to his aim. He's not actually aiming. He's just sort of holding down left click in the general direction of his friends, kind of like he was a Mercy or something. And this is a terrible, terrible, terrible habit to get into with Ana. And like I said, I didn't even know that people did this, but the more I'm watching Anas, the more I actually see this. Even super, super high level Anas do this, and it's terrible. It's awful. First of all, and we're about to have a fight right here, so let me elaborate. First of all, every shot needs to count. You only have 10 shots. Ana's limiting factor is the number of bullets in her clip. You only have 10. Running out of these 10 bullets in a fight is like the worst thing that could ever happen. So you need to, there's like gold. You have to save on, you have to hold those bullets and only use those bullets when you're actually using it for a purpose. So don't just spam it into people who, now pre-healing is a thing. You can pre-heal people. That is, you can shoot people who are at full health, and then if they take damage immediately afterwards, it will continue ticking their health up. It's not like it just has no effect on people with full health. But you have to be pre-healing people for a reason. You have to be like, oh, I think he's going to take damage from this specific source right now. So you shoot a pre-healing dart. Don't just be like, just like holding left click on your team the entire game, because it's just doesn't do anything. All it does is it makes it so, look, he only has 4 ammo right now. So this team fight's going to start, and he only has 4 ammo right now. He has to reload because he was just burning bullets on nothing. But now we actually get into the second question. I know we've been paused for a long time, but here's another question. Nano boost timings on defense. So on defense, Nano boost is very much a counter pushing ult. It's situational, obviously, but it's best as a fight ender. Like, everyone burned their stuff, and now, bam, Nano boost on the Reinhardt, clean everything up. Especially against an enemy, Nano boost. You don't want to counter a Nano boost with a Nano boost. You have to counter a Nano boost with sleep, counter it with just healing through it, and try to save your own Nano boost for as long as possible. Like right here, we can see that Adonix ulted his own Reinhardt in response to the enemy Nano boost, and it's I mean, it's not really doing anything. That didn't actually help them counter the enemy Nano boost. You should just all get back, kite back, try to sleep him if possible. That's the ideal. But if you can't, then grenade your team, maybe even grenade the Nano boost target. Although, if you don't have a ton of damage, that's not going to do much. Grenade your team, heal through it, and then after their Nano boost expires, if you use your Nano boost, that's a huge advantage, because now you can push back. So kite back, and then when their Nano boost expires, push forward, counter push, and that usually works. So his team winds up losing the first point, and this is just, I know this is just one example, and I'm not just picking out one example to be anal about it or anything like that, but this is just the epitome of the example. And so Ana's grenade is literally like the strongest ability in the game. Straight up, the strongest non-ultimate ability in the game, or top 2. It's really close to being the strongest. So your nade is like so precious. I'm saying that your bullets are like gold. Your grenade is like platinum. I don't know. It's really important. So you can't just be wasting it. And here he's gonna throw it at the McCree when nothing really happened. And now you see a grenade on this is GG. Like, instantly win the fight no matter what. A grenade on a Zarya ult is just amazing. So especially when you know your Zarya has ult, you should just be saving it unless you absolutely life or death need it. But we're going to see that because no nade comes out, their team doesn't get as many kills as they would like because the other team winds up healing through it, which puts them at a disadvantage. I'm going to make another point here because I've been watching it more, and it's about positioning. So we already talked a little bit about positioning. I said that Anna is better kind of up close, but I think that our hero here takes it to a little bit of an extreme. So you want to find a good, comfortable angle around mid to close distance, maybe around the range a little bit closer than McCree would be, probably. And just sort of sit there, find a safe spot, and chill so that you can get back if someone pushes you, and you can go forward if you have to as well. But we see that our Anna here, so we do some stuff, it's whatever. His team's up there. Now, somewhere he could be is he could just chill like here by the cart. He could actually just get on the cart, and that'd be okay. But he's so antsy. He's just jumpy, go over here, go in, go out, jump in, go in, and it's just, not only does it make the fight much more confusing for him, because there's all sorts of stuff coming in over here. Yeah, so if you look at where his camera is, most of this is just dead space. There's tons of stuff over in this direction that would be very interesting for him to know about, but he's doing the whole hopping around, like going up and down, bopping around, and that's just too much movement. You need to find a good place, that good mid, like halfway between mid and close range distance, where you can utilize your unscoped left click, because that is the easiest thing to use, and just chill out. That's how you play Anna. You gotta just chill out. Everything should be calculated. Each move should be its own individual move. You see he's spamming into the Zenyatta. Now, people complain, I think Anna should be able to heal through full health targets. Well, if he had just been a little bit, just moved over a little bit and paid attention to who he was specifically aiming at versus just left click, hold down, I paused the video by accident, then he would be a lot better off. So Adonix had, like I said, he had a lot of questions. One of them was about Sleep Dart. Now, we're about to see him launch a Sleep Dart. It's not actually going to matter in the grand scope of the game, but this is the sort of sleep dart that is bad and could cost you a game potentially. So here he's just gonna bloop at the Reinhardt. Now that's what I consider like a trick shot, almost like from downtown do the sleep dart. You shouldn't be taking those unless it's like 100% absolutely required. Like a really important target is about to wreck your entire team, and you just have to take the Hail Mary shot. But in general, you should only be landing very, very easy, simple sleep darts, because you're presented with a ton of them every fight, and we're going to see as he gets into this next fight what I mean. But your sleep dart should be held for two things. First of all, to interrupt ults. That's pretty important. That's like the main use. So you should be holding it for the easy ones too, not like the Genji ult. That's pretty hard, right? The Roadhog ult, the Reinhardt nano boosted thing. Those easy, simple. The McCree ult, even Pharah ult, all those are very easy to hit. You don't have to do any trick shots for those. Just wait for it, no problem. The other time is when you can definitely guarantee a kill, kind of like a flashbang almost, where you're not actually trying to put them to sleep, you're just stunning them temporarily. But an easy shot, you need easy shots here. We're not taking super heavy shots, like I said before. Easy shots that will guarantee a kill on usually a mobile target or something like that. And we will see that coming right up. So we're getting into the next fight here, and we have a D.Va up there with the thing up, and woo, look at that sleep. Look at that sleep. That wasn't going to do anything even if it did land, plus it was just defensive matrix, but here would be a good sleep though. So now I'm going to tell you straight up, spoiler alert, this Genji winds up dying anyway, but this Genji is kind of a problem, right? Like a Roadhog has maybe a hard time hitting it, and the Zenyatta isn't even looking right now. So a sleep on this Genji, very easy sleep too. It's very close. The Genji isn't really moving back and forth. Be a very easy sleep. Guarantee his kill, no problem, without relying on the Roadhog getting like a flick, left click on him, which luckily he does. But that would be an example of a good sleep dart. Guarantee the kill on the Genji. But we are in Eichenwald, and it really doesn't matter what you do in Eichenwald on this last checkpoint. If the doors are closed, you pretty much win. So that is exactly what we're about to do. So now we're going to look a little bit at the offense, and if we just quickly look at that team comp, come up, team comp, there it is. So if we just quickly look at the team comp, this is an awesome team comp for Ana especially, because he did ask, when's a good time to pick Ana? Because sometimes teams yell at you for picking Ana, teams yell at you for picking literally anything that's not like the top 5 heroes, Lucio, Reinhardt, etc. Ana's pretty much good in every lineup. There's almost no lineups that Ana is not good in a solo queue environment. The only lineups you don't want to pick Ana in are if your team has no way to counter offensive ultimates. If you have no ways to counter offensive ultimates, like if they Zarya bomb you, if you just die, that's pretty bad. So in this case, we do have one. We have Zenyatta who can counter that. But if you don't have that, you definitely can't pick Ana. You have to pick a Zenyatta or a Mercy for that. Even a Lucio if you really want to live life on the edge, but probably a Zenyatta or a Mercy. You also don't want to pick Ana if you have literally no targets. What I mean by that is if you have something like Zarya, Winston, McCree, Soldier, like Zenyatta or something on your team. Literally no proper nano boost targets. It's actually still not the worst pick, but if you don't have any targets, you can't really pick Ana for nano boost, that is. He also asks, who should you nano boost? Because he almost always nano boosts the Reinhardt, and sometimes people yell at him like the Reaper says you should nano boost me. Well, the Reaper's right. You should almost always nano boost the DPS that has the ultimate. Reinhardt's just like your default. If there's no one else better to do, no one has an ultimate up, pick the Reinhardt. But in general, a Reaper with ult, a Soldier with ult, I don't know about a Genji with ult, but even a Genji with ult are usually better. And, oh, we're playing Lucio now. So he's not even playing Ana. Ana would be so good here. He definitely should have picked Ana. So after getting destroyed for about 3 minutes, he does wind up switching back to Ana. Now, okay, so this is actually what I mean by using the scope. So here he's not in position quite yet. So you can use the scope to get those longer range shots that you normally wouldn't be able to do with your left click. So that would have been a good time if you had just clicked the button to heal Reinhardt. Now he should still be advancing, and what? Look at that. That hitbox extends to like forever apparently, because if that nade had hit, that would have been huge. And I think the nade should have hit if that hitbox on the debris wasn't so strange. So we're down to the wire, only a minute left on offense, and they have to push through. Now, again, you have to aim with Ana. You have to aim. And you can see here that he is not actually aiming at the Zarya. He's just waving in her general direction and holding down left click. And that results in hitting zero shots. So the Zarya could actually have like 250 health more at this point, which would have resulted in her living. And that wasn't an aim problem. That was just a not aiming at all problem. There's a big difference between trying to aim and not trying to aim. Man, today has just been a recording nightmare. Apparently the rest of the video is gone, lost to the ether, but it's okay. It was just mostly the same points re-emphasized, so it's not that big of a deal. There is one question that I wanted to go over, his last question though, before I ended this, and that is, how should you balance healing versus damage? Slick Sleep coming up, by the way. Bam, look at that, see ya. Anyway, healing versus damage, like I said before. Now, if you go back through this VoD, from what I saw, Adonix was not actually doing enough damage. He should have been doing damage a lot of times when he should have been healing. But, like I said, from what I saw. But it's not a hard and fast rule. In general, you should be healing more than you do damage. That's definitely true. But, like I said, each bullet is special. Each bullet is its own special snowflake, not like any of the rest. And if everyone's up, there's 11 potential people who you can be targeting with each bullet. You need to weigh the pros and cons. So, for example, you could try to keep your Reinhardt alive, but maybe he's already served his purpose. That's kind of cold, isn't it? He's already served his purpose. Maybe the Reinhardt's already served his purpose, and maybe there's a McCree up on a ledge from the enemy team who's doing a ton of damage, really carrying, who you can kill or pressure off of it, and that might be better. So just, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of experience. As long as you're paying attention to each bullet, and you get a feel for how long people can live. Because if someone's at half health, maybe they're not in danger. If someone's not in danger at half health, then you shouldn't be healing them because they're not in danger of actually dying. You should be trying to do damage. So unfortunately, like I said, it's not something I can really super go into. Suffice to say, you should be healing more than you do damage, but look for those pot shots when you can to do damage to the other team, especially as the fight is initiating before your team is even taking damage. You can use your scope for that very easily. But in the future, I do plan on kind of making an Ana guide because I do play quite a bit of Ana, and maybe that will be a topic for that day. But tomorrow is the E-League Grand Finals for Overwatch, so that should be super exciting. If you have cable, be sure to tune in and support the event. Should be amazing, and I'm going to be doing a full analysis of the entire match, so hopefully it doesn't go to, I don't know, hopefully it goes to 5 matches because that would be cool, but then I would have to analyze 5 matches, and that would be a little, I don't know, so I'm going to be doing that right as the matches ends, so you have time to watch the matches and stuff, but then you can come and check out what actually went on, the analysis. So that should be super exciting. I'm super excited for that tomorrow. I hope you are. Hope you go and tune in. Like I said, E-League Grand Finals for Overwatch. But anyway, I hope you guys learned something, maybe even had a little bit of fun. So good luck in solo queue. Have a great day. Peace out, guys.